Left Wing Kingz. Listen, think, act, repeat.
Paris 2024 isn't just another Olympic Games. It marks the centenary, the 100-year anniversary, in other words, of the Paris 1924 Olympics, making it a historic celebration. And besides that, kings, queens, and black culture are on full tilt, and they're being represented in the games in a big way. So today we're going to break down 5 good reasons to watch the 2024 Paris Olympic Games. And reason number 1, the Olympic debut of breaking. The athletic artistry of breaking will be on full display, making its first ever appearance at the Olympics with categories for B-girls and B-boys. And Walanda, I want to know from you, what does the inclusion of breaking, because you're the dance person, you love dancing. So what does the inclusion of breaking?
Spin on the head or what?
Nah, she didn't do all of that, but you know, she feels like she comes from a tribe in Africa that was all about dance. So what does the inclusion of breaking mean to the acceptance of our culture around the globe, and should we be watching that?
Wow, I thought it was neat. At first I thought you were joking. I had to go look it up. I was like, they're going to have breaking? That is so neat.
Yeah.
You know, like when I watch breakdancing movies, but to me, this is a global recognition for the African-American culture. And I do recognize that there's other cultures that are into breaking as well, like especially our Asian cultures. And I was like, this is good.
They're going to whoop our ass.
I know. I said, these Asian, they don't be playing around.
They're going to whoop our ass.
I watch, on TikTok, like all the dancing and the break dancing and things that they do. So I think this is just like another kumbaya moment for the African-American community to show this is part of us. When you think of breaking, again, not everybody. That's the culture, So I said, now we're on the global stage. Look at us. We running this, but we hopefully the best at it, because I don't know, these Asians are definitely coming for us. But I just thought about the global recognition in that, and that's something to be proud of. I think we have a sense of pride there. So, like I said, hopefully we win the gold or at least silver or something to show that this is part of us. This is what we have to bring to the stage.
Hey, like the dream team, can we go pull out the Jabberwockies on these niggas? Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we gonna make the Jabberwockies break for America and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
we need to pull out the Rocksteady crew.
The Rocksteady
Ken
crew.
Swift.
That's awesome.
I don't know if Crazy Legs still got it in them. You know what I'm saying? Crazy Legs is out there. We might need to get you out there, bro. You know what I'm saying? But no, big to the culture, man. It's funny, man, because especially us, the hip hop culture that actually lived it when breakdancing was bigger than rap. I don't know, you old when you can remember that. When breakdancing is really what brought in the culture of hip hop. It was breakdancers. It was shout out to the Floor Rockers and the IBM crew. That's the crews back in San Antonio when we was coming up, and I was fortunate enough to be DJing some of them shows back then. So see it now on the world stage where people are actually competing on it. Keep competing at it is like it's shocking, I guess. Shocking, but just like I'm flabbergasted over it. It's just like really, it's crazy because I was old enough to see when it was coming out and people were breaking, and doing all that, and the whole culture grew up to it. Now we're gonna look at it in the Olympics, really.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't know, South Korea, somebody probably
coming strong.
They coming strong, man. Somebody
they love the culture, I swear. And I feel like I think we've been invited. Like we got a seat at the table. You know what I mean? Like there's been a table, and I don't think we really represent. Don't get me wrong, we're seen in certain areas, but I feel like we got our own chair now. We done pulled up.
We probably got a couple of Puerto Rican cats out of New York that's probably just sick with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't follow breakdancing like that. I know who's up and coming. Somebody schooled me on that, but I'm very eager to watch that.
Yeah. I'm eager to watch it too. I just want to reflect real quick, like you did, and talked about your history with that. But when I lived in New York, when I was coming up, we went to the Lincoln Center to watch like a double Dutch thing or whatever. My mom took us up there, wanted to watch it, and the Rocksteady crew was actually having they was having a breaking competition, and the Rocksteady crew was up there. I wasn't paying no mind to that double Dutch shit.
Yeah.
I was like, these cats is going hard.
Yeah.
And like I said, I have, if you have not watched the documentary called The Freshest Kids, watch that. It tells you the whole history of B-boy and B-girls. It's a dope documentary, one of my favorite ones out there. Check it out. It's real talk. It's really something that kind of takes us to where we're going. And breaking, for those of you who don't know, just being in the Olympics is not the first time. There have been world championships of breaking for decades.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a worldwide phenomenon, and it has been for a long time. It's just now being accepted by the Olympics. I think what happened was the Junior Olympics had it back in 2016 and 2020, and they saw how popular it was, and now they like, we're going to add this to the main Olympics now. So this is, to your point, an acceptance of our culture. We got to see it at the table now from something that we brought in, but it brings us back once again. It's bringing the glory to us as a people and as a culture. But another thing that we're trying to get the glory back from is reason number 2 to watch the Olympics, and that's track and field return the glory for the United States. So recently, American sprinters have taken a backseat to sprinters from other countries like Jamaica. Bahamas, stuff like that. But America
Canada
is making a resurgence with Sha'Carri Richardson, Noah Lyles, and others. Ace, why is watching these sprinters so important?
Man, I think, once again, I think just, as a culture, once again, we all know, we all have track roots. Probably everybody here was either on the track team or tried to be on the track team, one or the other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and coming from that, sprint is king. You run the 100, you run the 200, you good at that, you're a superstar at school. You know what I'm saying? So that's just something big in the Black culture. You know what I'm saying? So I don't remember it. I didn't remember a time that we didn't win the gold in the Olympics. Like that was just something that we expected to do year after year, every 4 years. And whoever was that person, Carl Lewis, Flo Jo, we can go back and name all the famous sprinters. We just expected that. And for a minute, Usain Bolt and some other people were stepping on our toes. Like we couldn't beat Jamaica for nothing. They took it over. So to see the excitement and the stardom come back, Sha'Carri Richardson's probably leading the charge on that. And you said Noah Lyles. It just brings a sense of pride back to the culture, man. And we it's something we wait on. One thing the Black people do, we watch the Olympics every 4 years for the 100 and the 200 meter race
and relays
and the 4x4. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
And the 4x1. You know what I'm saying?
4x1, yeah.
Just like every year the track meets. You go to a track meet, your kid in track, you ain't leaving until you see the 4x1 and that mile relay and all that. You know what I'm saying? So just what it is, man. It's just something that's stoked in the culture of America, Black America, man. I mean, and I'm pretty sure America, period, but definitely in Black America, man, that those sprinters, that's where it's at, man. Yeah, that's where it's at.
Definitely. And I used to sprint, so yes, I like track. But I was looking at just seeing our medal count in the U.S., and the U.S. has dominated. They have won over 800 medals. Okay, so U.S. is definitely representing for all those track stars that we have out there. That said, iconic athletes, obviously we have quite a few that we just talked about, but they won 300 gold, and then for the bronze and silver, 250 medals. So it's something that we are good at. We have dominated. Like you said, Jamaica's been coming up, but U.S. has definitely a reason to put a smile on their face and an applaud. And again, it's heavy in the Black culture because you see, not saying all the runners are Black, but we dominate in that area as well as far as when it comes to sprinters. And now we're actually doing mid and long distance too. I was like, I can't breathe, but it sounds like we're doing well in that for longevity now. Like we have some quite a people who can compete in those areas as well. So
used to be only about the 400.
Yeah,
that was about it. We stopped at the 400.
Maybe the 8. Maybe the 8.
Maybe
No,
the 8. You a special brother.
No.
I ran the 800 in track.
No,
I did
400 would
that,
try to kill you. 400.
I wasn't fast at all, man. You know, I wasn't built for speed like that. You know what I'm saying? So I ran the 8. You know what I'm saying? But it was just like me, nobody else, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Just by
Try to
yourself.
put me in a mile. Nigga.
Yeah, no.
Jesus Christ.
Well, we don't want you by yourself when you're pressing that like button. So make sure that you're hitting that like button and make sure that you subscribe to Left Wing Kingz and share this content on all of your social media platforms. So reason number 3 to check out the Olympics is the Black swimmer takeover. Mm-hmm. So people always talk about how Black folks can't swim, we can't float, we can't do nothing. But now the U.S. Olympics team's head coach for the swim team is a Black man. And there are Black swimmers like Simone Manuel and Natalie Hines that are poised to medal in these games. Walanda, are we taking over every sport? And does the inclusion of Black swimmers make the sport more popular?
I don't know if we're taking over the sport, but I know we like to dominate. We are very big on competing. So I like the swimmer one because it's challenging stereotypes. And unfortunately, I'm a stereotype and I can't swim. So I'm like, yay, ladies, you know. So Simone Manuel and Cullen Jones is another one, inspiring young Black swimmer.
Yep.
I looked at their achievements, and so Simone, if you don't know who she is, in 2016 she became the first African American swimmer to win a gold medal in the freestyle. So I was like, wow, you know, this, again, I don't watch a lot of swimming. I don't swim myself, but I was like, look at us. I think it is also increasing participation. And I read about these ladies, and they're heavy in the Black community about speaking about why, first of all, it's important to swim. It is a safety concern.
Yeah.
You know, which I recognize that. And so they speak into the community, and they're trying to increase the participation of just Black individuals as far as in swimming, because we know there's a stereotype that we don't swim, but a lot of them are very fast, actually. So kudos to them. So I think it increases the diversity in the swimming arena, because, again, I normally didn't watch swimming for a multitude of reasons because I can't. And, but now I might have a little interest. Like, hey, I can't get out there and do that. Look at these young ladies. That could be me.
You from Texas, right?
No. I was born in Germany. Thank you.
Okay. That's
I lived in Texas for a long time. I got to claim it, but yeah.
What'd you do at the pool when you was younger? Like,
I just like to run around in my swimsuit. I'm cute.
Play Marco Polo, nigga? Like what?
No, just be cute in my swimsuit. Just be cute.
Yeah, no, man. And you know, believe it or not, man, if I'm not looking at sprinting, I'm usually looking at swimming. And it ain't about color. Like, you know, I like Michael Phelps. I like all the guys who swim. And it's just entertaining, man. I mean, and even, you know, come on, Sean, let's take it back to the track and field game. You know what I'm saying? Like, he played the swimming part with his cheating ass. He used to cheat at that shit. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't beat Sean for shit. They take all our quarters up. Sean be having tools and shit. Toothbrush, nigga.
Yes, sir.
Kick our ass and shit. Like, goddamn, Sean, let a nigga win sometimes. Let's play again. You know what I'm saying? No, but yeah, man. So no, entertaining to see the swimmers, and definitely the sisters are representing, man. They're getting out there, man. But I mean, it's just like anything else, man. And it goes back to, and I think what a lot of people don't understand, we start talking about pride in sports that we weren't good at. Most of the sports that we're good at, we were discriminated against. Our moms and dads couldn't go to swimming pools and couldn't practice and do, so we were never good at it. So once we started being able to participate in it, now we're able to actually compete and see representation.
Great point.
It's just like tennis and the Venus sisters. So when people see us have pride in these sports, you know, we can go to Tiger, with all of them. We have pride in these sports. That's because we had to knock down the discrimination to even be participating and get involved. And they still had to face discrimination. Still to this day, they do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the sisters doing that. And definitely, you know, it's safety and just having fun. You know, all my kids, you know, I could swim. One thing my mom and them did when I was younger, definitely, and they did this in my neighborhood, is they actually used to teach us how to swim for free. So I learned how to swim the hard way. I was swallowing water and shit, and she can tell you the stories about that. But I learned how to swim, so I definitely made sure all my kids can swim. And I remember my oldest son, I wish he would have went into swimming because he could swim like a fish. You know what I'm saying? But no, definitely, man, teach your kids how to swim and get out there. But a lot of that comes out when they had that stereotype. Black people can't swim because we couldn't go. Yeah. Our parents couldn't learn how to swim because they couldn't go to the pool.
Right. Yeah.
They couldn't teach you how to swim. You know what I'm saying? So, because my mom couldn't swim, but they had programs. Yeah. They taught me how to swim when I was younger.
I failed that one.
That's a great point, man, that you bring that up. Because like you said, it's the same with golf, tennis, swimming. You think about like how we are the minority all over the world, of the United States at least, but we're really a small minority of those sports because we were restricted from access to those things. And like you said, Walanda, knowing that we have like people who look like us participating in these games and knowing how, you know, I think it gives us more incentive to watch and root for them. And I think that it's a big thing. And we saw that happen with gymnastics. And that goes on to my number 4 reason to watch the Paris Olympics games. And that's Black girl power gymnastics. Yeah. So Simone Biles is back from the twisties, baby. And she's ready to kill it with her fellow queen, Jordan Childs, Shilese Jones, and there's more. I think one of them just got hurt. I can't remember her name on top of my head, but one of them was in the trials and just got hurt, so she's out. But there's a lot of sisters who are looking to make this team and probably will. They're the top gymnasts of the United States. So Ace, why is Simone Biles' return and the Black girl power in gymnastics so important?
I'll start personally. I got a niece that does gymnastics right now. You know what I'm saying? So her visibility is going to be important in that aspect, just from young black girls being able to see her out there. It's important to America because she's the best we got. She's decorated. That's what we need to put out there. So that's basically where it is. I wanted people that when she went out, I didn't understand why she left or whatever the case may be, but I definitely saw the difference. You know what I'm saying? So glad to have Simone back. So yeah, it's a big difference with her being back because I think it just, once again, for the culture, it represents and puts us again in one of those situations where we weren't represented. I remember I came up, I don't remember then. I mean, I think Dominique Dawes was the first girl we kind of saw that was kind of in gymnastics and making a run. I mean, but I remember Nadia Comaneci and all them when I was young and all of that, and Mary Lou Retton and all of them people, you know what I'm saying? But it was, once again, a sport that I don't think we had access to when we were younger, that we now see representation in. So that's very important. So.
Yeah, definitely have to agree. I believe the role models and then the stereotype. If you look at Black women, we're shaped differently, right? So if you look at these women, they're typically smaller stature, maybe not as curvaceous as others, so it was hard. I think even our body type wasn't accepted during that time. And then I think about the social economic impact on that too. Like gymnastics, cheerleading, dance, all that kind of stuff requires lots of money. And I think some people, doesn't mean that they couldn't do it, but they didn't have the monetary capacity to be able to do those things. Right. So I think that's another issue too, because gymnastics expensive. When you go, I've seen, I was like, you pay what? It's pretty steep on there, and with their costumes and the hair and all that kind of nature. So I think it's very intriguing. It puts shines a light on us as well, to get out there, that you can do and be whoever you want to be. And
Simone Biles, her parents must have some of them black jobs they talking about.
Yeah,
over there, so
I need a black job so I can do gymnastics and swim.
So you're going to pay for my kids to do gymnastics and swim. I need one of them black jobs that Trump is talking about.
Please.
Hey, I mean, I'm just very, I don't know, man. I think the points that you guys made are perfect. The restricted access, the cost, like you got to have resources to get into this. And once again, like you said, these ain't no damn black jobs. We have resources now.
Yeah.
We've always had the ability. Mm-hmm. We've always had
opportunity.
Right.
We didn't.
Exactly. We did not have the opportunity, and we did not have the resources to be able to participate. Those restrictions, roadblocks, whatever you want to call them, they have been removed, and you see
game on
where we end up when we are allowed to be in those spaces. We end up at the top of the game. We don't end up at the bottom. We don't end up floundering around. Once we are given equal footing, this is why diversity and inclusion and equity are hated by
some
people. Because they don't want what's best for America. And what's best for America is to let the best person have the job, do the work, do whatever. They want to continue to have restrictions on things. And with these women being able to be in gymnastics the way that they are, with those restrictions removed, like you said, we taking over. Now, there is one more place where we trying to, I guess not we, but there's been a takeover recently. And that's reason number 5 to watch. And reason number 5 to watch is the rise of women's basketball. So Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese have caused an explosion in the TV ratings, ticket prices, and even the attendance at WNBA games. But neither of them's on Team USA. So it could put a damper on the Olympics without their participation. Walanda, will people tune in to women's basketball without them playing, or will they tune out?
Those two ladies definitely bring excitement to the game, but it's been a global dominance since 1976. So people watch the Olympics and they're going to watch the women's basketball. And you do have others, prominent figures, Diana Taurasi, Sue Bird, Breanna Stewart. So it's not like you don't have ladies in the game that are playing. And I recognize these two are very popular right now.
Asia Wilson.
Yeah, Asia Wilson. Yes, Asia Wilson. So we have a high level competition, still prominent figures. They've medaled in every Olympics pretty much. So I think we're still going to see I think people do want to see these young ladies come up. Don't get me wrong, but I think this is not their time right now for the Olympics. But I think people are going to watch regardless.
I commend the Olympic board for not just throwing them in there without respecting the other players that come along and respecting the team camaraderie. Like they want to get a medal. And they're going to go with the people who've gotten them a medal before, plain and simple. The easy fix would be to say, let's get Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark on the team so we can bring up ratings in America. Because let's be real, I'm not knocking them globally, but their sting is going to be in America. Like we would watch more probably if we were there. But I think we watch more of them when they're competing against each other, not really as teammates. Then again, what kind of playing time are they going to get when they get there? Like, are they going to get a lot of playing time when they're there? Or we don't know how that's going to work. So that all comes into play. So I really commend the Olympic board for just not being, real, on the surface and throwing them in there. I mean, but if you look at it now, I think that even when you start looking at them head to head competing, I think, I don't think Angel Reese is like averaging a double right now, and might be leading.
She's hit the record for most, I think, for a rookie.
And it's really challenging to be like rookie of the year.
Yep.
And not taking anything from Caitlin, she's doing her thing too. But I think Angel Reese is kind of developing a little bit more in the game, especially what she does. If you see out there, she's playing like a woman possessed out there, and doing some great things. So. Yeah, I think it would bring more viewership here in the States, maybe because they got a little buzz, but and then those games come on crazy times. Sometimes 1 o'clock in the morning and shit. It'd be crazy. So I think they did the right thing by not just forcing them on the team just to, get a little bit of buzz on something. And, I think the big buzz is winning the gold medal. And I think that's what they're looking at.
I think that it will impact like how many people watch. I understand that the Olympic team did the right thing by not including them, and I think that the team's going to win. I think Team USA women's basketball, they're going to win, hands down. I think they have the best team out there. But from a ratings perspective or viewership perspective and things like that, imagine the rivalry between Caitlin and Angel Reese, and then now they're on the same team together. Caitlin's throwing assists to Reese. Reese is, Caitlin's hitting threes all over the place. Like, to see that after they've had so much animosity towards each other and things like that, I think that people would be clamoring to see them play together since right now they've been set up as, sorry to say this, but the Great White Hope versus like the Black evil person or whatever you want to call it, because that's how
the Black evil person.
That's how people been. Even Angel Reese has made comments like, I'll be the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? So that's how they've been set up right now. It's unfortunate, but some of that is true.
But they actually like each other.
Yeah,
you heard when you asked them, they talk to each other like, "This is ball. Like we here to ball. We here to win. Like it's not impersonal between us." And that they talk to each other. It's what the media have fed us. It is not them at all.
Exactly.
These women like each other.
And the narrative that the media pushes is to get what?
Ratings. Yeah, viewership.
Ratings and views.
Yeah, and I hear what you're saying, and that's a good spin, but I think that we will see that later on down the line, maybe even next year. But I just think that with the way it fell right now, they came out draft. They had the championship draft rookies, Olympics. I just think the committee was probably like, we just don't want that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want all that smoke. You know what I'm saying? We just rather have it to where we get the people that we know that can get in there. And I kind of like the fact that, like, you need to earn that.
Yeah.
Just because you got a little buzz coming out of college.
I mean.
Like, we got people been on this team, this they second, third Olympics. You know what I'm saying? Like, who we going to knock off this team just because you're getting a little buzz right now? I kind of like the fact that they're making them kind of say that, no, there's some Olympic team, there's kind of like some, you need to build up toward it. It's not like the men's side. They give a damn, they put anybody on there. But I don't think the men's game. I don't think the men's game looks at the Olympics like the women game does, because they also play in Europe and do all that. And then like we said, you say they're gonna get a gold medal. We take it and already think, all right, they ain't gonna win a gold medal because we don't think any of those leagues out there can compete with the NBA.
Right.
But the women's leagues, they play in the Europe
play.
leagues. So it's some legitimate people on the European side that gonna
They
compete.
play. Yeah.
I have more confidence in the women winning the gold than the men.
Yeah.
Right now for basketball.
Yeah,
It's just me.
Exactly. Well, man, and that's because I think they don't hold it to the same statute. Like the women's team, I think they honestly take it serious and like, look, we trying to go get a gold medal. This is who we need.
Yep.
Because XYZ and on Croatia, they some beasts because we play against them in Europe. They ain't no joke. It ain't like us. We think, we just gonna win automatically because we got the NBA. Not thinking that like nigga, France got Wemby and what's his name now. You know what I'm saying? Spain ain't no joke. Like Paul Gasol might still play for Spain. You know what I'm saying? So
Broke us up.
you know what I mean? So so we don't take it like the men's side just don't take it. I don't think take it as seriously as the women probably do. You know. So that's what I'm saying. I'm glad they kind of making it where they can't play. Like y'all ain't ready yet. You know what I'm saying? Like
I think the popularity's increased, so I think they'll still have a lot of media coverage regardless. I think people are intrigued by women's basketball, and I think those ladies do. I commend them because they've helped it grow. But I think that popularity is there, so I think people are going to still.
Like who's
Go
on
out
the
there and
men's
watch.
team? Like is LeBron even on the men's team? Like
They all went back home because they all from most of them different countries.
we don't even know who's on the. Like we got Luka. Like
Yeah, they are.
Luka, and
they
I
ain't
think
playing
Djokovic gonna be on the same team.
No, they're not going to play for us.
Yeah. Well, just think about
they,
this.
They going. I think they're going to Croatia.
No, they're not. Just think about
They didn't
this.
play
The last 4 or 5 MVPs for the NBA have been from other countries.
Yeah.
You got Joker. You got Giannis.
Yeah.
You got Luka. You got they're not from the United States. The best player in our league is not from here. So keep in mind that they are going to be challenging us for medals. And these guys, like you said, they play with their home countries during the off season. They rock with their countries. They play. They familiar with the other players on those teams. They ain't playing around. And we should not be surprised if we see United States go down and not win a gold medal.
Yeah.
So Trump is right. So they are taking the jobs. So if you're a basketball player, be careful. They're gonna take your job.
You ain't gonna have no job.
You ain't gonna have no job. So he is right, kind of partially.
I thought basketball was a black job though. Really.
Nope.
that a
Not no
black job?
more.
No, it don't black
I just
job.
named one MVP that was black, and he's from Greece, nigga, where white
It
people
ain't
live.
no black job.
No, it's diversified. But Trump is right. They're gonna take your jobs.
Basketball ain't a black job no more?
Hey,
basketball players.